Okay, so this is checkmate in 2. You take the rook. No, it's in 3, because you check again, then you take. This one is also checkmate in 1. This knight is undefended, and knights cover these 2 squares. This one is also back rank checkmate, because the bishop covers here. This one should also be a checkmate. I think it's just rook here, because this rook takes this line, that rook takes this line, and the king takes this square. This should be a mate in 1 with here, and the bishop covers this. Okay, so the pawn obviously goes here, so if you go here and the king goes here, and the rook goes here, it's mate. Okay, so what I'm thinking of is going check, king moves, going check, king moves either to these places, and then you get a free rook. Like that. This one is a checkmate in 1, because of these 2 pieces the king can't go here and can't go there. Boom. This one is a checkmate in 3. You check, you sacrifice, he takes, and then you take back with this one. Okay, so I immediately see this check. And I'm like, what if the king goes here? And you still need to like make a decision. And my answer is, yeah, I can take, and if the king takes, then my knight goes here and takes. So check, takes. I mean, I can just take, fork, yep. Okay, so it is a bit threatening, this thing. Luckily the queen defends, so you are free to move your knight. But I think you want to move your rook. But no, this rook already defends. Or the knight here, just simply forking these 2. Well, I mean, at first I thought, ooh, this line, but no, the king almost has no square, so I think this is just checkmate. Plus that queen was attacked. This one is also a simple one. Queen takes here and takes the rook. Always, if f3 is played, like if the pawn is here, and like the other pawn is here or something, and you have the knight, what was it again? Like here, you can give a check, or here. Like if the knight is here or here, and you can give a check and the pawn is here, and this pawn needs to move forward, you can always take and the rook is pinned. So keep that in mind for the future. This one is probably like here, because if bishop blocks, you can take the knight. If the queen blocks, you can take the rook. This is a checkmate in 1. You might not be able to see this immediately, but here. Oh no, wait, it's not a mate in 1. It's a mate in 2. 3? 3. So is there a checkmate here? Because you got this check. Like, if you look at this, this is covered and this is covered. Problem is, how do you deal with that? And I think it's simple. You check here, king goes here, then checkmate here. That's what the dark square bishop is for, to attack the dark squares. Learn something new every day. So, I mean, you got this check, and if takes, then you got this check, right? Okay, so you got this attack. Like, I guess you could play this, but it's not very good. Well, it doesn't seem like a proper, this is how you attack type of thing. It may be the correct answer. I mean, it's possible. And I'm not in my best, like, condition to really note upon that. Yeah, the problem is white would have no defense against it. Like, if the pawn goes here, you just slit in. And if the pawn goes here, you can just take with anything. So it might be. But then again, what if here? Then forced to take. Then you give a check. Then here. Then takes. I think that just wins, right? Good move and better move. Those things slip me up sometimes. So I think this one is simple. You take the knight, take the queen, take the queen, take the bishop, take the bishop. I mean, it's just a free piece. This one is also not too easy to judge. Like, you could take here, you could take here, and both make sense. You could even try play this even though you get taken. Well, I mean, I think this one is not a good move, because the king comes closer, and this square is protected, this and this square. Also, it's this move where there are two responses to. Honestly, I don't even see a good move here. And if I see a good move, I don't see why it's a good move. Oh, I see. Takes here, take, 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 and then take? Oh no, wait, you can just check with the rook again, right? Then you get a piece. Here, instead of that tricky attack, just win a piece. Okay. So yeah, I'm already having problems with 1100 puzzles, not doing very good. But I'm just showing my good old friend that no, these puzzles are not hard, and that 14 isn't particularly spectacular. Okay, so this is just you take the queen, he takes back, and then you take the undefended knight. In between move. Only one safe square. Okay. These two are protected by the bishop. This is protected by the rook. This is not protected. And he can't go there. So what I'm thinking of is rook e4. Then he has extra room. Maybe. Ah, yes, I see. Here, the rook would defend this too. And this makes that black literally has no moves with the knight. You take here first so that you don't blunder a rook, and then you take here. So what's the correct target? Well, I mean, let's say you go here, and then the rook blocks. Well, then of course you take, king takes, fork, and then you'll be up a knight. That's literally the only move. So go here, and then check and take. You got this one, which is check, rook back, rook takes, knight takes, queen takes, mate. Even if he does this, you just need to get your piece to that square. Whether it's a rook or a queen doesn't matter. After all, you don't need to think much in worth and just into what can each of those pieces do. You need to see all the lines of their movement. Like for example, I know that if I put it here, the king only has one running square. I know that if I put it here, then there's a threat mate with the queen over here. And I don't see a defense because the queen doesn't directly threaten anything and the thing also not. So I could say I'd say about 95% certainty that yes, that was the correct move. And now he's just sacrificing everything in order to delay. So, of course, I think this one is well known. You can take and then take. But after this, you might be tempted into thinking that maybe you need to do a discover check, but then the king would be pretty safe. So I know at least this is a check. I don't know for certain if it's time to win the rook or it's time to go harass the king until it's dead. But at the very least, I know that if I go, the king goes here, you have this check. So let's just do the check and then win the queen. Okay, so this one is a classic queen trap. Question is it here or is it here? Always the first question you need to ask. Because if it's here, well, it can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, and can't go here. And so, boom, you win. Always need to look out which direction is the better one. Now, this one is kind of entertaining. It's this check. King must go here because the rook and bishop cut off. Actually, before I'm gonna show you what it does, keep these lines in mind, okay? Know that the king can't cross this. So you play here, here, and you think, well, then you check here. Nope, wrong. You give the check with the rook then. The king takes. Then the rook goes here, defended by the bishop, and it's mate. Here. Check. Mate. Like, just disregard all values. The computer doesn't give the slightest bit of shit when it's on these puzzles. On these puzzles, it only wants to know what is there to win. Like, for example, this might be the answer. Trap the bishop. Can't move because queen. Simple. You'll be up a piece. There's no rook check. And any bishop move just loses. So, boom. Then it says, okay. But you need to keep attacking. Bishop here, not an option. Even though it's safe, you need to win. You need to win something. Whatever it is, you need to win it. This will stay the same around until around 80 or 90 from what I've seen from Ikaru's stream. So what's the point of this? What do you need to win here? You need to find a very fun checkmate while the pieces are not aligned that way. So no, it's actually a fork. It's not immediately queen here, because queen blocks and your queen is hanging. But if you trade first, then it doesn't matter that the queen would be hanging after it goes here, because you'll take anyways. Just take it. So, okay, I can already kind of see it. I think this is just knight check. And the king goes here. Check. King goes here. And rook takes rook mate. So, check. Doesn't matter which order, as long as all the moves are done. Interesting. So the idea is, if you, like this, pawn will go down. If I move it immediately, you'll get something annoying like this, where you need to constantly babysit your pawn. If you, however, go here, then the king will go here, and your pawn will never be saved. So I think it genuinely is just pushing the pawn. You have more of a tempo. So, do you push it now? Well, let's see. If you go here, goes here, go here. But you're already lagging behind, so no, you want to do this first. Because then the opposing king needs to counterattack. Only then do you push. And just keep pushing. And now that the king is sufficiently up, you win the race. Looks a bit like overworked piece. Might be. And also there's the threat of queening. So like one thing I already see winning is this. The king is here. The knight is stuck, the bishop is stuck. So I'm gonna say with fairly certain that it's this. Yep. Then he says I'm gonna protect. And I say I'm gonna win your rook. And he says I'm gonna take. And I say I'm not gonna let you defend it. And bam, you win a rook. Okay, so you can take, of course. Ooh, pieces. But you can also give a check. And I don't see why you wouldn't do the check first. Like, the check is certainly defendable if it's too late, so might as well, right? I'll just check here. I mean, now you can take, definitely. But is there something better? Seeing as you're actually material down. The answer is I don't see it. So I think just rook takes, right? Yep. The knight comes and harasses the queen. But you can freely take that piece. Or, no, knight here doesn't help anyone. Take the piece. So, of course, you have this check. The king goes here, you have this knight. King goes here, takes. King goes here, takes. And then the king needs to retreat and you take. That seems... Oh. Well, too bad. This one seems rather simple. You check. No, I think you do it with the queen. Queen check. Rook takes. Rook. Yeah. Okay, that's a forced checkmate. 1, 2, 3. Rook can't move back because it's pinned. Oh, I'm already at 35. I didn't even fucking notice, like at all. My highest is 40, so this is actually kind of a big deal, maybe. This one is a checkmate in 2, I think. Where you take here, and then takes, and then mate. And else you just win the exchange. Is there anything better than winning the exchange? Answer is I don't see it. Might be something better than winning the exchange. But free stuff. Okay, so I think just a nice queen check here. What now? Of course you have this rook. Rook fork. Which looks like it's winning. Because the queen doesn't have any checks to get out of it. Now you do a queen check to get an extra tempo. 36. So with this one, you need to win material. It's not a checkmate because the queen can never checkmate alone. It just can't. Now, of course, if you just simply take, the rook will go to a safe square. And probably counterattack you. I only see one check and it's this. And I see 2 moves. I see this move. And I see this move. So let's go with the left side. I mean, the left side directly plays into your hand, right? It gets the king where you want the king to be. So what does that do? Well, it gives you another check at least, but not sure how it'll help you. Oh no, wait. This is legit because if the rook goes to a safe square, it's a checkmate. It's actually a checkmate because of this rook. So that's kind of smart. And of course you take. Okay, so what I see is just a check and a fork. Check. Fork. Okay. Now you have this obvious move, you take, and then you take the knight. You also have another obvious move, and that is giving check. I don't think the giving check achieves much, but it sure as hell looks obvious. You also have a threat mate right over here, which seems hard to defend. Oh no, wait, it isn't because of the knight going there. So maybe taking a pawn is literally the winning thing, right? Could be. I mean, it's 4 against 4 then, but you have already secured other pawns. And I don't think I see like a better thing. I'm not saying there is no better thing, I'm just saying I don't see it. Now, of course, there is at least one follow-up check, and that's here. Forking. And then the king goes here. And then you take. Then you win. Check. Check here. Okay, so this could be all sorts of things, I think. I'm seeing this is a weakness, so probably there's some like king move. I mean queen move. Also seeing this is a weakness, so there might be some knight undermining. Like, I don't know, this. I'm gonna put my headphones off because my ears hurt. Yes, much better. Ah, my ears. My ears. So yeah, I can definitely see this as like an attack. But then the thing is, it will counterattack. If you put your knight here, like knight in the center, bishop moving is in the counterattack because that's check and then takes. And of course, this threatens multiple things. So the knight, because this also forces this. So it threatens two pieces at the same time. An actual threat, like not an exchange idea. But the thing is, what if he just takes? Like, what's the follow up? Take with the rook. Then you have a fork. Genius. Spectacular. And hey, I'm at 40. Might as well make a new record then. Probably. I might also just lose twice in a row. Like this is weird. This is weird to look at. But I think you need the knight to go here, because then this knight will be out of squares. And just move up the king. Also, if the knight ever goes here, you have this fork. But also, if you move here, the bishop can go here. King here. Not a knight move, but instead taking. And then if takes back, the knight will be stuck. That's genius. Okay, so check this. Knight here, bishop here, king up, bishop takes, pawn. Knight goes here, bishop here, fork. So that's impossible. So what's your other option? Knight here, but then the king and the knight are on the same diagonal. File. So this just wins because the rook can't protect. Absolutely fantastic. So you take, and then you fork. Bam! New record, baby. 22-26. Fucking genius. People wish they could be as smart as me. Okay, so what else? So, I see this check, and then a king, and then another check. Then a king goes here. Maybe like a rook maneuver. Well, at least I'm fairly sure that the check is correct. The only one would be to go rook e7 directly. But that doesn't seem to be correct. Because I say so. And when I say so, I say so. When you say so, I say so. Now I think this check is just kind of like the next move. Now I can see this and this. Because let's see, what is the king allowed to go to? Well, this pawn is his. So technically he would have all 6 of these squares. Although right now it's cut off by the queen. So it just has those 3 squares further away. And when I, let's say, do this, and he goes like here. Like, let's just assume he doesn't give an immediate check. And then check, and I don't know. Probably here, right? Does it have a forced checkmate pattern? Like, does this... Okay, and then check. And then the king goes here. This is a checkmate then. Okay. Go again. So this is not a square for him to go to. Here. Takes. Here is a checkmate. Probably. Well, I mean, let's see that. Here, 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 here. And I just don't see it. I don't see it. It should be correct somehow. I'm gonna play it, but I don't know. Yeah, it's correct. It just is correct. I couldn't prove it, maybe, but it is correct. I just knew it. I mean, I'm not such a novice. So, of course, you have this move. Like, really, if he takes, then that's checkmate in two. So, basically, that just says I'm gonna get a queen. Now, all the questions and answers rely on the fact that it's gonna be in that fashion. So, let's just say here. And then, so here, 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 something. I mean, it does look like the correct move. Problem is that with this, you could have an intermediate move and just kind of start attacking. But I don't feel comfortable with sacrificing the knight. I mean, it's a perpetual. It's a forced draw. You also have this move. And this move I kind of like. If you want to move with you want to move away with your king, that's not helping. It can only be defended by queen here. And the queen is here. But there's a follow-up on queen here. And that is pawn here. Just threatening to take and to win the game. The queen couldn't go here. Yeah, I think this is the move. Oh, great. I'm already doing 2300 puzzles. What the fuck? So let me get this straight. The king is here. Pawns move up, though this pawn moves down. And it's very easy to say that taking here is a stalemate. There is no legal moves for any of these. This pawn can't move forwards because the bishop stomps. Right. And even if you take and the bishop takes and the knight takes, still a stalemate. But going off the diagonal immediately loses because it promotes to a queen. Now, what I'm looking for is somehow to get the knight to here, but that always takes, what, 4 moves? 1, 2, 3, 4? I don't have time for that. But you can just take the pawn and then checkmate, right? Is that really possible? Just going here? Because you're getting zugzwanged. Like, whatever you do, you're never allowed to take anything anymore. And you must keep your king here. So, like, you always need to be able to get closer. I think I'm going to assume that this is correct, and it isn't. It isn't. But I don't see what the correct move was. It might have been taken with the knight. Would that have been more direct? Takes, move, move, mate. I can see that. So, going with the bishop here is a threat mate. Too bad he can just take your queen. Don't have to worry about checkmate. You're not gonna get checkmated. You just have to worry about exchanges. Now my question is, if you check here and he takes, if you then go rook check and he goes back and you do this, is this a forced checkmate? And my conclusion to that question is, it seems like it. Ah, well, it wasn't. It wasn't. I just messed up again. Probably was something like queen here. Let's just open this puzzle up and see what actually is there. So white to move. Solve. Oh, he doesn't let me. He wants me to do this. Well, I'm 2166, so I might as well just give it like a little bit of a shot. Not gonna try very hard. Check? Nah. Well, too bad. Don't care. Check. Here. Too bad. Oh no, my puzzle rating, it's going down. Well, not that it matters much at all. Here. 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 Um. Push. 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 Check, check. Or just threatmate, like do this. I mean, if he takes this, it's still checkmate. The answer is no. So it shouldn't be that. Whoa! Look at this. Oh no, don't look at it. It's tragic. Oh well, still get some rating points from that. Whatever. I went from this to that. I don't know, did I gain or did I lose? I don't care.